Today, I'll be giving a walkthrough tour of my room of requirements. This is not going to include any of the vivariums, just the inside. Now, I tried to make this as functional and majestic as possible. Y'all are going to have to let me know in the comments, what do you think about my style? I don't necessarily say that I'm the best interior decorator, but I certainly had a lot of fun doing this. But either way, though, let's start the walkthrough and, of course, start with the main room that we're going to come across. We do have a nice living space, lots of seating for anybody that wants to come and hang out with us. So of course we have our little section of our gear customization. We have our loom right there, which is nice and accessible for us to do any of our upgrades for our gear. We have a nice little mirror and some mannequins. Nice little rug underneath us. It is the holiday season, so of course we gotta have our nice little Christmas tree, nice presents underneath it. So hopefully we can get some nice little Christmas party together. I think our room of requirements is certainly up to par to having a lot of guests. Moving over to our Quidditch section, nothing like a nice game of Quidditch. Of course, Professor Black doesn't allow us to have actual game of Quidditch. So we're going to have to just resort to the game board. We got nice little Quidditch decorations all on the walls, some statues, and some nice little, little equipment sets and all that stuff. The final section of our main room is going to have a nice Graphorn statue, some other, nice little pictures, a horn there on the wall, some deer horns as well. So all those are really nice. This is kind of our little beast section. Even though we do have 140 items that we can conjure, not all of them are for inside. So it does kind of limit the amount of actual decoration options. But overall, the inside of it is kind of I believe I did eclectic, nice red and white. Furniture is green, of course, because we are Slytherin. Now let's move on up the stairs and we're taking a look at the first section. This is going to be our herbology department, all of the places that we grow all of our herbs and plants. And again, I tried to make this as functional and use only the things that I would actually use in the game. And as far as planting goes, you really only need 2 different plants. And I think that's a medium planting pot, large planting pot. But we have our medium one right here. And this is at least large enough for us to walk through. We got a nice decoration table as well. Same thing, the walls are decorated the botanical red style. Compost, which if you have a limited amount of planting sections, I think having compost is nice because that way you can use the fertilizer, get double the amount or at least 1 extra. Large planting pot right there and overhanging the balcony, and then all of our chopping stations. Now, because of the chopping stations, they can do, I think, 5 out of the 8 plants that you can grow, you can get from the chopping stations, which is why you don't need so many planting pots. But either way, we got pretty much everything we need up here in the section. Now, I know we have a bigger room that probably a lot of people put, a lot of the planting and stuff. But I don't think you need that big of a section for it. So that's why we went with the top section right here. Of course, on the walls, we have everything kind of related to, plants and gardening and all that stuff. Really nice feel. I really like how at least the top part of this herbology section turned out. So I do like that. Moving on over to the other side of the upstairs. This is kind of our scientific layout. So we went with a scientific wall theme here. And in here is going to be all of our potions. Now we don't, again, just like with our plants, we don't need too many of the potion stations to be able to at least get everything that we need. So we only have 1 potion station down there, the T-shaped. Nice hopping pots. These can, refresh every 10, 12 minutes or however many it is, and they give quite a bit. We can get our moonstones. We only have 2 out of the 3. I could have put all 3 of them in here, but honestly, I get so many moonstones, I don't think you need that many. We have our potion cabinets up on the top, our little potion pots on the sides. And then, of course, like I said, we have our tea potion station over here on the corner. So even though it's kind of a small space, as far as potions go, I think it's pretty much everything that we need. And again, very accessible to right when you walk into the room of requirements. You can do your gear at the bottom floor, and then one side of it is going to be for all your plants, and then the other side of it is going to be for all of your potions. Of course, we do have little seating sections out here on the balcony, the vivariums. We will get to that in another video, because that's certainly a lot to cover, lots of space, lots of ways to design that. Okay, now let's move over to where we have our other main larger room anyway. And walking through, this is Hall of Memories. Let's say we got lots of pictures on the side. I do like with the pictures, you know, how they, you know, have motion to them and they kind of speak, even though like what they say and what they do is somewhat annoying, especially if you have to listen to it for too long. And then we got one side full of cat plates. You know, I ran out of pictures on one side because I filled up every picture that I could put on one side of the wall. So I was like, you know what? We'll put cat plates on the other side because that also is animated. But now walking into the second room, you are greeted with a beautiful, majestic unicorn right there in the center. This is a very large open space. And again, being that you don't have, you know, the largest amount of stuff, even though that 140 items is quite a bit, I certainly found myself running out of new items that I can use. We have our Horned Knights to guard our doors, the larger style, of course, which I do like that. Let's go over to the right side first. If you're interested in any sort of games, which me personally, I absolutely love games. So, you know, I had to include every single set of game piece that we can. We have our chess, of course, and then we got our gobstones right there, and then we got a card game. So anytime anybody wants to battle me on a game one-on-one, I welcome you to come over, and I'm certainly all about that. Losers, though, get placed into this. Yeah, so don't lose, and I don't lose. So you're certainly going to have a battle ahead. But either way, we got some bookcases right there, you know, of course, if you'd like to read. And then we got a nice little living quarters. Some decorations on the wall, some more couches to sit on. You know, I think this is the scientific table, I believe. I can't remember, honestly. And then moving on over to kind of the back center part, we have our frog choir. So if you want to listen to some nice frog tunes, beautiful, majestic hippogriff, of course. Telescopes, gazing at the stars, some astronomy, assuming that the window's open, of course. And speaking of windows and stuff, pretty much went with a Gothic and I think that's eclectic as well. Same red and white, lots of green furniture, green rugs and stuff. I like red, I like white, I like green. I think all of those went good together. And of course, being that we're Slytherin. Moving over to this side, we got the entire house right there, all of Hogwarts, all 4 houses. We got the shields, got some nice statues there as well, kind of like a representation of Hogwarts and all that. And then some reading. You know, if you enjoy a nice little book, quiet book by yourself, you can certainly hang out right there. And then we have a nice little office right here that's kind of designed. No walls that we could bring out, so kind of had to use the bookcases around it. But we got a nice little office desk. Do any sort of studying that we want to be able to do. You know, get our schoolwork in, get our grades up and all that stuff. Really nice little area that's, you know, nice and quiet. Every time I come in, run over to these, the gear, be able to identify it, be able to upgrade my gear, run upstairs real quick. You know, do all of my plants, my herbology, all of that stuff, and then run over here to the other side and we could pick up all of our potions. moonstones, hopping pots, and all that stuff. And anytime I want to just hang out for a game or whatever it is we want to play, we go on the other section. But either way, that is my room of requirements. Let me know in the comments what y'all think. Certainly a lot of fun. Hopefully we can get the vivariums done soon and we could showcase those. But I'll see y'all next time. Hopefully everybody has a good weekend. Y'all take it easy. We're out. Peace.